The casting process for the 1947 film Dark Passage was a careful selection of talents to bring out the film's intense and suspenseful narrative. The lead roles were played by Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, a pairing that had already proven successful in To Have and Have Not and The Big Sleep. Director Delmer Daves wanted to capitalize on the couple's magnetic chemistry, which was evident from their first screen test together. In the test, Bogart and Bacall demonstrated a natural ease and spark, which convinced the director they were the perfect pair for Dark Passage. Humphrey Bogart's role as Vincent Parry required an actor who could portray both vulnerability and ruggedness. Bogart, known for his tough guy roles, brought depth to Parry, a man on the run after being falsely accused of his wife's murder. Lauren Bacall, as Irene Jansen, brought a sense of determination and allure to her character, who helps Parry evade the police. Bacall's distinctive voice and confident screen presence made her an ideal choice for the role. The supporting cast included Agnes Moorehead as Madge Rapf, a cunning and manipulative woman who spreads lies about Parry. Moorehead, an experienced stage and screen actress, was chosen for her ability to portray complex characters with subtlety and nuance. Casting for Dark Passage also included Bruce Bennett as Baker, a private detective hired to find Parry. Bennett, a former athlete turned actor, brought a solid and reliable presence to the role. The casting director and director meticulously selected each actor to create a cohesive and engaging ensemble, ensuring the film's success as a film noir classic. The 1947 film noir Dark Passage, directed by Delmer Daves, showcases the director's unique vision and creative influences. Known for his keen attention to detail, Daves aimed to create a suspenseful and immersive atmosphere in Dark Passage. Collaborating closely with his cast and crew, Daves fostered a supportive and creative environment. He worked particularly closely with actor Humphrey Bogart, who played the lead role of Vincent Parry, to develop a nuanced and authentic performance. Daves also collaborated with cinematographer Sid Hickox to create the film's distinctive visual style, which featured innovative camera techniques such as point-of-view shots. Daves' directorial style was heavily influenced by his background in writing and his appreciation for literature. He approached each film as a storyteller, focusing on character development and narrative structure. In Dark Passage, Daves used visual storytelling to convey the protagonist's inner thoughts and emotions, allowing the audience to connect with him on a deeper level. One of Daves' most notable creative influences was the French poet and filmmaker Jean Cocteau. Daves admired Cocteau's use of surrealism and symbolism in his films, and he incorporated similar elements into Dark Passage. For example, the film's opening sequence features a stylized animation of a face being sculpted, which sets the tone for the dreamlike and suspenseful narrative that follows. Daves' collaborative approach and unique vision helped to bring the story of Dark Passage to life. His attention to detail, innovative camera techniques, and appreciation for literature and surrealism all contributed to the film's distinctive style and enduring legacy. Dark Passage is a 1947 movie that has captivated audiences with its unique storyline and talented cast. The film follows the story of a man who escapes from prison and undergoes plastic surgery to evade capture. Along the way, he meets a woman who helps him adjust to his new identity. This movie has had a significant impact on many people's lives, and it has even inspired some to pursue careers in the film industry. For instance, it was one of the first films that sparked my interest in cinematography and editing. The movie's innovative use of point-of-view shots and seamless editing techniques was revolutionary for its time, and still holds up today. There are many fun, shocking, and sad facts about this movie that will keep you engaged throughout the video. From behind-the-scenes stories to little-known trivia, you won't want to miss a thing. Do you have a cherished memory or personal experience related to Dark Passage? We would love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. Whether it's your favorite scene, a quote that resonates with you, or a connection to the film's themes, we want to hear from you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey through the world of Dark Passage. You won't be disappointed. The 1947 film Dark Passage, directed by Delmer Daves, is known for its unique production aspects, particularly in set design and filming techniques. The movie's plot revolves around a man who, after being convicted of murder, escapes from prison and undergoes plastic surgery to hide his identity. The set design for Dark Passage was intricate, with a heavy emphasis on creating a realistic atmosphere. The film's art directors, Robert Haas and William Wallace, designed detailed interiors for the characters' homes, bars, and other locations. The most notable set is the apartment of the female lead, Irene Jansen, played by Lauren Bacall. The apartment's design was inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright's architecture, featuring clean lines and an open floor plan. In addition to the set design, Dark Passage also utilized real-world locations. A significant portion of the film was shot on location in and around San Francisco, capturing the city's iconic landmarks such as the Golden Gate Bridge and Coit Tower. This decision added authenticity to the film and allowed the audience to immerse themselves in the story. One of the most innovative techniques employed during the production of Dark Passage was the use of subjective camera angles. For the first half of the film, the audience sees the world from the perspective of the protagonist, Vincent Parry, portrayed by Humphrey Bogart. This was achieved by placing the camera at Bogart's eye level and using a process called first-person perspective. This technique allowed the audience to empathize with Parry's character and experience his emotions more intimately. However, filming from this perspective presented logistical challenges. To maintain the first-person view, the camera had to be mounted on a mobile rig, which was worn by a cameraman. This limited the camera movements and required careful planning to ensure smooth transitions between scenes. Despite these challenges, the film's crew successfully executed the technique, creating a unique and immersive viewing experience. In summary, Dark Passage production was marked by detailed set design, on-location shooting, and the innovative use of first-person perspective camera angles. These elements contributed to the film's overall success and continue to captivate audiences today. Dark Passage is a classic film noir that has withstood the test of time, despite requiring viewers to suspend their disbelief due to its numerous coincidences. The film's strength lies in the chemistry between its two leads, Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart, who deliver compelling performances. The supporting cast is equally impressive, with character actors delivering vivid and startling performances. Agnes Moorehead, in particular, stands out and steals every scene she's in. Her final confrontation with Bogart is a highlight of the film, making a potentially preposterous scene into something truly riveting. The film's location shots of 1940s San Francisco add to its appeal, serving as an additional character that enhances the story. However, one aspect of the film that may stand out to modern viewers is the constant smoking. Every character in the movie smokes, and they are constantly offering each other cigarettes, lighting each other cigarettes, and blowing out smoke. Even with his face bandaged and his mouth reduced to a slit, Bogart smokes through a holder. Overall, Dark Passage is a must-watch for film noir fans. It's a time capsule from another era, showcasing the smoking culture of the 1940s. Despite its flaws, the film's compelling story, strong performances, and fascinating location shots make it a classic that continues to resonate with audiences today. The 1947 film Dark Passage, directed by Delmer Daves, features a musical score and soundtrack that significantly contribute to the narrative and emotional tone of the movie. The score was composed by Miklos Rozsa, a Hungarian-born composer known for his work in film music. Rozsa's score for Dark Passage is a study in contrast, reflecting the film's themes of identity, deception, and redemption. The music is often dark and moody, mirroring the protagonist's troubled past and uncertain future. However, there are also moments of tenderness and hope, particularly in the film's love scenes. One of the most memorable aspects of the score is its use of the solo violin, which is used to express the inner thoughts and emotions of the protagonist, Vincent Parry, played by Humphrey Bogart. The violin's haunting melodies capture Parry's sense of isolation and longing, as well as his growing connection with the character Irene Jansen, played by Lauren Bacall. In creating the score, Rozsa drew inspiration from a variety of sources, including jazz, classical music, and Latin American rhythms. He also employed unconventional techniques, such as using a violin bow on a metal ashtray to create a unique percussive sound. The soundtrack also features several popular songs of the era, including Esta Noche 2, and Andalusia, both performed by the Mexican singer, and guitarist Trio Calaveras. These songs add to the film's atmospheric quality and help to establish its San Francisco setting. Overall, the music in Dark Passage is a crucial component of the film's success, enhancing the narrative and emotional impact of the story. Raj's score and the selected soundtrack songs work together to create a rich and immersive audio-visual experience that has stood the test of time. In the 1937 film Ready, Willing, and Able, Warner Brothers introduced the song Too Marvelous for Words, which was sung by Ross Alexander to Ruby Keeler as she danced on a giant typewriter. This song would later be featured in the 1947 film Dark Passage. In one scene of Dark Passage, after undergoing facial surgery, the character Vincent, played by Humphrey Bogart, returns to his friend George's apartment. Upon entering, he turns on the light, revealing 2 sets of juggling pins hanging on the back wall. The $900 that Vincent spent on his late wife's ring in the early 1940s would be equivalent to about $15,000 today. This detail highlights the financial burden that Vincent was willing to bear for his wife, adding depth to their relationship and the story as a whole. One of the most iconic scenes in the 1947 movie Dark Passage is the dramatic escape of the main character, Vincent Parry, played by Humphrey Bogart. In this scene, Parry removes his bandages, revealing his identity to the audience for the first time. Director Delmar Daves uses a unique first-person perspective for the opening scenes, placing the audience in Parry's shoes and creating a sense of intimacy and tension. This innovative approach, combined with Bogart's intense performance, makes for a powerful and memorable scene. Bogart's portrayal of Parry is both subtle and powerful. His facial expressions convey the character's desperation, fear, and determination, drawing the audience into his plight. The audience can feel Parry's relief and vulnerability as he removes the bandages, and Bogart's performance makes this moment impactful and unforgettable. The cinematography in this scene is also noteworthy. Cinematographer Sid Hickox uses low-key lighting and shadows to enhance the film noir style, creating a dark and moody atmosphere. The close-up shots of Bogart's face, combined with the dramatic lighting, add to the intensity and emotion of the scene. The impact of this scene on the audience is significant. By using a first-person perspective, the director creates a sense of empathy and connection with the main character. Bogart's performance adds depth and complexity to the character, making him more relatable and human. The cinematography enhances the film noir style, creating a visually striking and memorable scene. According to Bogart, the first-person perspective was a challenge, but it also allowed me to connect with the audience in a unique way. I wanted to make sure that Parry's emotions were palpable, and I think we achieved that in this scene. Director Daves adds, the first-person perspective was a risk, but it paid off. It created a sense of intimacy and tension that drew the audience in and made them feel like they were part of the story. Overall, the iconic scene in Dark Passage is a masterclass in direction, performance, and cinematography. It creates a powerful and emotional connection with the audience, leaving a lasting impact that resonates long after the movie ends. The title music in Dark Passage was actually reused from the 1944 film To Have and Have Not, composed by Franz Waxman. This fact might go unnoticed by many, but it's a common practice in the film industry to reuse musical scores. In addition to this, Humphrey Bogart's on-location scenes at the Golden Gate Bridge drew an enormous crowd of over 1,500 fans. It's no surprise that Bogart, one of the most prominent actors of his time, attracted such a massive audience. However, the film's unique first-person perspective and Bogart's involvement with the Committee for the First Amendment during the House Un-American Activities Committee hearings led to its poor box office performance. Despite these challenges, Dark Passage remains an intriguing piece of cinema history. The 1947 movie Dark Passage, starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, had a significant cultural and social impact. The film, based on a novel of the same name, was a suspenseful tale of a man on the run after being falsely accused of murder. Audiences were captivated by the unique narrative style, which was presented largely from the protagonist's point of view. Dark Passage resonated with post-war audiences who found solace in its themes of redemption and second chances. The film also struck a chord with moviegoers because of the undeniable chemistry between its two leads, Bogart and Bacall, who were also married in real life. Their on-screen romance became a symbol of Hollywood glamour and enduring love. In terms of pop culture, Dark Passage is often remembered for its groundbreaking special effects. To conceal Bogart's identity during the first part of the film, a technique called subjective camera was used, which allowed the audience to see events only from the protagonist's perspective. This innovative approach influenced future filmmaking and has been referenced in various movies and TV shows. The movie also contributed to discussions on relevant social themes, such as the concept of justice and the treatment of prisoners. By presenting a story of a man wrongly accused, Dark Passage invited audiences to question the fairness of the legal system and reflect on the importance of due process. Overall, Dark Passage left a lasting impact on both the film industry and society, solidifying its place as a classic piece of American cinema. In the 1947 film Dark Passage, there's a noticeable jump in the road scene where Vincent Parry, played by Humphrey Bogart, drives with Baker near the Golden Gate Bridge. The scene inexplicably shifts from the south end to the north end of the bridge without showing the actual driver crossing. This discontinuity was reportedly due to the studio head Jack L. Warner's displeasure with Bogart's face being hidden for the first half of the movie, but the film was too advanced to make changes. Bogart's career was marked by notable roles in romantic films. Besides his iconic performance in Casablanca, he starred in 4 other films featured in the American Film Institute's list of top 100 U.S. love stories: The African Queen, Dark Victory, Sabrina, and To Have and Have Not. His enduring appeal and remarkable performances have left an indelible mark in the world of cinema. Dark Passage, a 1947 film noir, received mixed reviews from critics when it was first released. Some praised the innovative use of subjective camera techniques, which put the audience in the protagonist's shoes. Bosley Crowther of the New York Times, for instance, appreciated this unique approach, stating that the unusual and often striking photography gives the picture a curiously intimate and personal flavor. However, not all reviews were positive. The film's plot and pacing were criticized by some, such as Variety, which described it as a mystery melodrama which starts with a bang, then slackens, and finally peters out. Despite these mixed reviews, the film did manage to attract audiences, likely due to the star power of its leads, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. Dark Passage received 1 award nomination, a BAFTA Film Award for Best Film from any source in 1948. While it didn't win, this nomination indicates that the film had some international recognition and was considered noteworthy in the broader film community. For those involved in the film, these accolades represent a validation of their hard work and talent. Bogart and Bacall, already popular actors, likely saw their star power increase with this film, while the director, Delmer Daves, may have gained more recognition and opportunities in the industry. The cinematographer, Sid Hickok, was likely praised for his innovative and effective use of subjective camera techniques, which added a unique dimension to the film. In summary, while Dark Passage received mixed reviews, its innovative camera techniques and the star power of its leads helped it to stand out and gain recognition in the film industry. The award nomination and positive reviews from some critics indicate that the film was considered a notable contribution to the film noir genre. In the film Dark Passage from 1947, Humphrey Bogart took on the role of a fugitive for the second time, having previously played a similar character in Dead End in 1937. The character, Vincent Parry, is told to travel to Benton, Arizona to cross the border into Mexico. However, there is no such town as Benton in Arizona, but it is likely a reference to Benson, Arizona, which is approximately 45 miles southeast of Tucson and about the same distance north of the border with Mexico. Additionally, Viveca Lindfors was considered for the role of Irene Jansen in Dark Passage. The film's plot revolves around Parry's attempts to evade the law and clear his name, with Jansen aiding him in his quest for justice. The movie is known for its suspenseful and thrilling storyline, with Bogart's portrayal of Parry receiving critical acclaim. In the making of Dark Passage, a 1947 film noir directed by Delmer Daves, the production was marked by several intriguing behind-the-scenes stories. One of the most compelling anecdotes involves the film's lead actor, Humphrey Bogart, who was known for his intense method acting. To convincingly portray his character, a man on the run with bandages around his head after plastic surgery, Bogart spent days on set actually wearing the uncomfortable and restrictive headgear. This choice allowed him to fully embody the character's frustration and claustrophobia, contributing to the film's overall authenticity. Another notable anecdote from the set of Dark Passage is the unique filming technique used to hide Bogart's face during the first part of the movie. To maintain the mystery surrounding his character's new identity, the director chose to use a point-of-view shooting style, which involved attaching a camera to Bogart's body to create the illusion that the audience was seeing through his eyes. This innovative approach allowed the film to build suspense and engage viewers in a unique way. Additionally, the film's leading lady, Lauren Bacall, played a significant role in shaping the story. Initially, the character of Irene Jansen was written as a more experienced and worldly woman. However, Bacall, who was still a rising star at the time, convinced the director and screenwriter to rewrite the character to better suit her own personality and acting style. This change allowed Bacall to bring a fresh and captivating energy to the role, further elevating the film's appeal. Despite the film's dark themes and in noir style, the cast and crew of Dark Passage managed to maintain a light-hearted atmosphere during production. One example of this is the playful prank Bogart and Bacall, who were married in real life, pulled on their co-star, Agnes Moorehead. The couple convinced Moorehead that a mysterious figure was stalking her on set, causing her to grow increasingly paranoid. Eventually, they revealed the truth, easing her fears and creating a humorous moment of camaraderie among the cast. These anecdotes offer a personal glimpse into the experiences of the cast and crew during the filming of Dark Passage, showcasing the dedication, creativity, and camaraderie that contributed to the movie's enduring success. The apartment building used in the 1947 film Dark Passage, located at 18360 Montgomery Lane in San Francisco, still stands today and is a popular spot for vintage film noir fans. The building, which was last sold in 2016 for $15 million, features an apartment marked by a cardboard cut out of Humphrey Bogart. This unit has one bath, one bedroom, and 861 square feet of living space. Humphrey Bogart, who starred in Dark Passage, is also known for his roles in other inspiring films. 3 of his films have made it onto the American Film Institute's list of the 100 most inspiring movies of all time. These films include Dark Victory at #72, The African Queen at #48, and Casablanca at #32. Paita, a popular coastal destination in Peru, is especially known for its beaches and attracts many surfers. In conclusion, the apartment building from Dark Passage remains a popular attraction for film noir fans, while Humphrey Bogart's enduring legacy in cinema continues to inspire audiences. Meanwhile, Paita in Peru offers a beautiful coastal destination for tourists. Dark Passage, a 1947 film noir, is remembered for its unique cinematography and storytelling. The film's innovative use of point-of-view shots drew audiences into the narrative in a new way, making it a trendsetter. Directed by Delmer Daves, it stars Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall, contributing to their on-screen chemistry and further solidifying their status as Hollywood's power couple. The film's influence can be seen in later movies that adopted similar narrative techniques and visual styles. Dark Passage has inspired filmmakers to push the boundaries of storytelling using creative camera work and innovative editing to create more immersive experiences for audiences. One of the most notable films inspired by Dark Passage is Martin Scorsese's 1976 psychological thriller, Taxi Driver. Like Dark Passage, Taxi Driver uses point-of-view shots to great effect, placing the audience in the driver's seat alongside the troubled protagonist. Additionally, Dark Passage has left its mark on popular culture beyond film. Its themes of reinvention and self-discovery have resonated with audiences and inspired various creative works, from literature to music. The film's exploration of identity and transformation continues to captivate new generations of viewers, making it a lasting and significant part of film history. Early in the film, a taxi passes by a Foster's Cafeteria, a popular Bay Area eatery known for its sourdough English muffins, which served customers for several decades before closing in the 1970s. Warner Brothers purchased the film rights to the novel Dark Passage by David Goodies for $25,000, which was serialized in the Saturday Evening Post in 1946. In the movie, when Douglas Kennedy uses the police phone, he identifies himself simply by saying, "This is Kennedy." In the film, a police officer appears at the bus depot who previously watched the cable car at the end of the line. This officer was played by Ian MacDonald, who is best known for his role as Frank Miller in High Noon. Dark Passage is the third of 4 films featuring the husband and wife duo, Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. The other 3 films are To Have and Have Not, The Big Sleep, and Key Largo. At one point in the movie, a specialist refers to a facial reconstruction as a plastic job. However, the term plastic surgeon actually comes from the Greek word plastikos, which means to form or mold, not the synthetic substance. It is worth noting that although facelifts were still considered novel surgical procedures in the 1940s, the first attempts had been performed in the early 20th century. In the film Dark Passage, the painting in Parry's hotel room is inspired by the sculpture The End of the Trail by James Earl Fraser. The car driven by Baker is a 1930 Ford model, a deluxe Phaeton, originally priced at $625, which is equivalent to approximately $11,700 in 2023. If in excellent condition, this car could be worth upwards of $50,000 in 2023. Humphrey Bogart's face remains concealed for a significant portion of the movie, only becoming fully visible at the 62-minute mark when his character removes his bandages and looks in a mirror. Prior to this, the character is only shown from his point of view, or with his face obscured by shadows or bandages. In the 1947 film Dark Passage, a curious detail can be noticed during a scene where Vincent, played by Humphrey Bogart, recuperates at Irene's apartment after surgery. The phonograph plays I Guess I'll Have to Change My Plan, a song that Bogart and Lauren Bacall, who plays Irene, first heard in their previous film, The Big Sleep. This film also marks the debut of Vince Edwards, who plays Baker. Another notable aspect of Dark Passage is the manipulated photograph of Vincent before his surgery. The image, which appears in newspapers and other places, is a remarkable example of photo editing from that era. The lower half of the face is that of character actor Kenneth MacDonald, while the upper half, from just below the bridge of the nose, is Bogart's own likeness. In the 1947 film Dark Passage, Humphrey Bogart wore a full hairpiece for the first time, marking a departure from his usual on-screen appearance. The movie also featured a young Robert Blake, who played the little boy in the bus station. Sadly, both John Arledge, who played Lonely Man, and Clifton Young, who played Baker, passed away within the following 4 years. Their contributions to the film remain noteworthy, despite their untimely deaths. Humphrey Bogart, a prominent figure in classic Hollywood, starred in 6 films nominated for the Oscars Best Picture category. Among these are Dead End, Dark Victory, The Maltese Falcon, Casablanca, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, and The Caine Mutiny, with Casablanca being the sole winner. One of his films, Dark Passage, features an art print of James Earl Fraser's famous sculpture End of the Trail in a Fleabag hotel room. In the film, Bogart's character, Parry, also known as Alan Laynell, hides in this room. A modern Hollywood-style bed in Irene's apartment. Another setting in the movie is worth noting. This bed, characterized by an upholstered headboard and the absence of a traditional footboard, allows for the use of opulent bedspreads and quilts. The fact that Irene, portrayed as a single woman, owns a double bed might have raised concerns with censors during that time. If you have any memories or experiences related to the 1947 movie Dark Passage, we'd love to hear from you. This film has touched the lives of many, and we're eager to learn how it impacted you personally or influenced your perspective on cinema. Did you see Dark Passage in the theater when it first came out? Or perhaps you discovered it later and found it intriguing for its storyline or cinematography. Whatever your connection to this classic film, we encourage you to share it with us. Your thoughts and experiences can help create a vibrant community of film lovers, and we're excited to hear from you. So don't be shy. Like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on more cinematic explorations. Remember, there's no need to use fancy words or phrases. Just tell us what you think in your own words, and we'll be grateful for your contribution. Let's keep the conversation going and celebrate the magic of cinema together.